Hello. Hello. So I think I've told you. This is better. Hello. So marching band is kind of a weird thing. I think I've told you I'm in marching band before. I play the sousaphone, that big tuba that wraps around like Larry the Cucumber. So I don't know how it is everywhere else, but in the US, high school is 4 years, which means marching band is only 4 years. Which is kind of crazy because it takes kind of a long time to learn how to march well. Because there's just a lot going on. You have to march and you have to play your instrument and you have to try not sound all bouncy while you're playing your instrument because you're marching. It's a complicated thing. And it's just crazy. You spend 4 years doing this thing that really doesn't directly apply anywhere after high school. Like, you can't really get paid to be in a marching band. There's no professional marchers. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I feel like marching band for me kind of represents how I am in life. Like my freshman year, my first year marching, I was learning it and I knew I wasn't great, but I thought I was pretty good. And then the next year when I was a sophomore, I was like, oh, I was so bad last year, but now I've got it figured out. But now that I'm a junior, I'm figuring out that last year I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So I'm sensing a pattern here. I've kind of noticed the same thing happens lots of other places. Like your first day of school ever, you were probably like 5 or 6 and you came home from school that day and you were like, oh, this is gonna be easy! I just finger painted all day, this is gonna be so easy. Like I remember when I was in 1st grade, I thought that you graduated and you were done with school after 6th grade, so that was a rude awakening. So I'm thinking this pattern has been pretty steady, like my whole life. Like, in 1st grade I thought, man, I'm awesome, and in 2nd grade I thought, man, 1st grade me was so bad, but now I'm great. So I'm thinking I can probably extend that pattern to the future and assume that as an adult, probably won't know what I'm doing. Which reminds me of Jekka's video last week or the week before about being an adult and about how the line's kind of blurry. So I guess that's just kind of how it goes. Like I remember as a 1st grader, I would totally look up to the 6th graders and be like, wow, they're so big and they're so good at everything. They do like multiplication in their heads. This is crazy. But it turns out the 6th graders were actually not omnipotent, as I found out when I became a 6th grader. Which I guess is kind of my point, that no one really knows what's going on, and you just kind of get older, and you know a little more, but you still pretty much don't know anything, and that's just how it goes. And on that happy note, I'll see you all next week.